Hello, hello. Welcome to another Corp Draw commentary. We're now into Game 2 of the very first round of the Phoenix 2014 Regionals, played at Game Depot. My name's Jason.
I'm Brandon.
And we've got Tyler once again playing, as well as Roberto. Tyler's playing HBCI, also known as Cerebral Imaging.
Yep.
And Roberto is playing Noise.
Nice.
So we've got the Anarch flop, where once Tyler was playing the Wizard, Roberto's going to try his crack at Noise.
Absolutely. I've played against Roberto's Noise deck before. It's pretty good. There's a couple surprises in there.
He does like surprises. If you didn't check out the last game, please go back and check it out. A little surprise for everyone out of both decks, I would say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tyler says, not this time. I'm going to money up and be the rich HB that we all know and love. So he's going to start off with a hedge fund, a piece of ice down. And I think he wants to draw really bad. And he
does.
He draws an NAPD. If you know anything about Cerebral Imaging, this is the time to strike.
So, we've got Katie Jones and an agenda.
There's that. That's easy.
Grabs a Vitruvius out of R&D.
That's pretty simple.
That one you don't have to pay for.
Nope.
That's a free one. He's going to run again. Reclamation order?
A little sneaky trick there.
Yeah.
So he keeps going, and he has, a lot of options here as a CI player. You can see he's kind of nervous because he's already down. You don't want to get down early. If it is combo, it's not that bad, but you still want to make sure you have money. It looks like he has a couple of agendas in his hand.
Yep.
You definitely want to go probing around there when the hand is small.
Yeah, because it's just going to get huge.
Yep. So he plays the green level. They're kind of going over his clicks. He has click trackers up top, but he's choosing not to use them. And then install over R&D. Doesn't want to give away anything for free.
I never really use click trackers.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It's all personal preference. They're very nice. Sometimes they are wrong, which is also frustrating. But obviously, if you don't keep track with something, it's pretty difficult.
Yep. And you see Roberto uses the Game Depot standard click tracker technique of putting them where you're doing things.
Man, there's a lot of things going on right now.
Force him to res a roto turret. That's probably not a card that you want to res early, but he also doesn't want to lose any agendas.
Yep, and he does only have 3 credits, so he says, you know what? I've got an NAP in my hand, PD in my hand. Let's see if you can nab it. Oh, there it is. Reclamation order again.
Sees it twice.
I think this is an example, though, when you have to be relentless. You've got to keep the HB player down. You can see he's already resing roto turrets, trying to stop you elsewhere.
Yep, which means he's nervous.
Yep, indeed. So moneying up, drawing cards. Very, very helpful.
I mean, that's pretty much what Cerebral Imaging tends to do.
It does. And, I think that Noise kind of has a couple of good things going against Cerebral Imaging because you're getting cards in places that they don't want. They generally don't run too much ice if it's a combo style.
Yep.
So it's just frustrating for your opponent to be milling the top cards off your deck because you really can't do too much about it.
Yeah, and especially in a combo deck, when you're getting rid of the combo, it could be really, really painful for the Cerebral Imaging player.
Yep, that's absolutely right. And also forcing them to use the Jacksons.
Yep. Queen, is that a queen?
It's a Queen's
Getting rid of
Gambit.
the Queen's Gambit. Does not think he's going to see any installed cards.
I don't hate Queen's Gambit. It is a lot of money.
It is.
Now, if you use it correctly, it can be very devastating.
Installs another piece of ice on R&D.
And the question is this the turn that Katie gets cracked? Is this the turn that Roberto goes for gold? Or does he continue just to money up
And build.
and be satisfied? But every time he does that, look at all the cards in his hand.
Yep.
The hand size for CI is getting pretty out of control.
Absolutely. And he hasn't even tested that server, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he does not know what that piece of ice is.
I guess if you're not familiar, we should go ahead and say that Cerebral Imaging's passive ability is that you can have a hand size equal to your credit pool.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's important to run early because they generally just tend to grow with money and grow your hand, and that server becomes very difficult to run.
Yeah. It's just gambling.
It is.
Pick one out of this.
Yep. Oh, a Parasite. There you go.
There you go.
That's one way to get rid of a rotor.
And he mills a card.
I would have liked to see that earlier, but maybe he was digging for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he might have been digging for it.
Didn't also to note he also didn't use Katie, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. Katie still has the money on it.
Well, he didn't add to her.
Oh, no. He did not add to her. She has 9 credits on her right now, I believe.
So that is a notable waste, I would say, but he must be looking for something that is important, that is more important than gaining more money.
Yeah.
But for Katie Jones, you definitely want to be taking or using every turn if you can.
Rainbow.
Little rainbow action. Rainbow, expensive to get through for anyone.
Reading Rainbow.
Kickstart that.
Hell yeah. It's in a book, folks.
I think he's kind of taken aback from that. He's going to go ahead and run here, though.
It's like, what do I do with that rainbow?
I know.
I've never seen that before.
And then the wee lad quandary.
Yep. When it wants to grow up, it wants 2 subroutines.
I wonder if I'll ever get 3 and be strength 3. Pretty gross.
That would be pretty cool. What comes after Enigma?
I guess
A riddle.
It's very possible. We've got Katie really, really stacked. I mean, you've just got to explode if you're Noise at this point. You've got to do something aggressive, and you've got to be on their case.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Anarch does, right?
Yep.
Plays aggressive. It destroys things. It plays in your trash.
Interesting pull. We see psychographics out of the deck for Tyler.
Yep. So, I mean, that might tell us that this isn't perhaps not
A combo
deck.
Or as the combo as like a semi-combo backup where you can
Yeah.
score 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 points out of hand rather than just all 7.
Yep.
Psychographics means we're probably seeing mid-seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. I mean, if you can, and especially with the CI deck where you tend to, you have lots of riches.
Yep.
You can mid-seasons really big and then just score out things with psychographics and recur them with your reclamation orders. So that's a nice little mini combo that is possible in that deck, perhaps. We will see how that goes.
My favorite card, Ice Carver, came out, which can do work. It's going to turn that rainbow into a Yoggable rainbow.
Yeah,
if he's
absolutely.
running Yogg. It's going to turn the Ichi into a mimicable Ichi.
And he had to mill another card due to that data sucker that he just played.
Yep, and I do believe he actually put an Ichi 1 over Archives.
That's a good place to put an Ichi, I think.
It is and it isn't. It's really good because it can absolutely destroy their rig, but for Noise, you might be running for the win. So
yeah, that's
true.
It
It doesn't stop.
Doesn't
you.
matter.
Definitely taking their time, both of these players. They don't want to rush, but at the same time, it's the first round. No one wants to lose 2 games if you're Timmy, and Roberto takes the advantage when he can in the first round as well.
Yeah, I mean, that first round in a tournament is often, it just sets the tone for the rest of the tournament for you sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, Tyler's really hoping that it is not that bad. He doesn't want to go, like you said, he doesn't want to drop. But there's the Mimic, a huge put down for, I mean, look, he can get through the rainbow for 1.
Yep.
But all he sees is money.
But he gets a data sucker token. He's well on his way now, though.
Which is good, because now he's actually protected from the Ichi 2s of the world.
Yep.
With his Mimic. So very, very powerful. You can see he's just kind of digging. He's satisfied to take money. This year will put him up to 23 credits, I believe. And that's just a lot of credits.
It is a ton. He can res anything twice. Well, almost anything twice. Can't res the Wotan twice.
That's true.
We might see it in this deck because we knew it probably wasn't in the personal evolution deck.
That's for sure. Little 5 splasher. He says, I don't want you poking around in R&D, and he'll close it up.
Yep. Roberto, taking a little drink of water.
Yeah, but he's been slowly building. He's got the Katie back on the rise again. But he's doing it the old-fashioned way, single draws. We haven't seen a wild side or a quality time or a diesel played yet.
Or Duggars.
Well, no one's going to see a Duggars at this day and age, but in the near future we will.
I can't wait for that card.
He doesn't want to limit his hand size here, but he's very interested in stopping him, obviously.
Yep. I think an interesting card that may be in Roberto's deck is he often plays Vamp in his Noise deck.
There's the Ichi 2 that we had mentioned.
Yep, so he gets through that for 1?
For 3.
Well, yeah, for 3.
Yeah, he could spend all 3 of his credits if he wanted to. Or 3 of his 5 credits.
Yep. So you can get in.
And his data sucker token. He's going to double click, he says.
Interesting choice.
Indeed. I would have probably just spent, but I guess he might be interested in the NAPD wanting to have the 4 credits.
I actually think that he just forgot that he had the ice carver installed.
That's a possibility too.
Gonna let him trash a program.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I think he forgot that he had the ice carver.
Yeah, that is a big misplay here, I believe.
Yep. That's going to slow you down.
Huh.
Because right now, I mean, he had access to that. He didn't even need the data sucker token.
No, he did. It's
EG1's the strength.
That's EG2.
Oh, it's EG2.
So it's strength 5.
Okay.
So, but still, with the ice carver and the data sucker token, it drops it down to 3, which Mimic can break for $3.
Yeah. So he might have also just forgot he had the data sucker token.
Yeah, very, very possible. Huh. Very interesting plays all around. We can't always be on the top of our game.
It's hard. And also the first round of a really big tournament.
You're kind of nervous.
Probably some nerves involved.
Yeah. We've seen both these players play. We know that that is not something that they would probably do regularly.
No, I don't think so. They're both pretty clean players typically, from what I've seen of Tyler and Roberto.
So now he's just kind of squandering. He wants to get money for Katie, make her more important. That's a New Angel City Hall?
Yep.
Okay. And there's the mid-seasons.
Yep. So now we start to see what Tyler is up to here.
But the question is, what is he doing with the mid-seasons? What is he doing with the psychographics? What is he overscoring? Vitruvius? Is he overscoring Project Ares?
Vitruvius would be, I think with CI, overscoring the Vitruvius is a really good play.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, you could play.
Yeah. I mean, it gets all of your... And also, I mean, we've seen the reclamation orders. So just pulling all that stuff back into your deck, that's probably a really good play. And we've seen the Vitruvius. We know that it's in his deck.
Yep, indeed, because he has taken one.
If Roberto has taken one, that is fact.
He also could possibly be scoring a mandatory upgrades out of his deck.
See another data sucker?
Did he mill a card?
I don't know that he did.
All right, so he's going to add to Katie and gain another buck. Oh, there's the mill.
Oh.
Roberto pointing that out.
You got to be on top of people.
You
if
do.
You're playing noise.
Yeah, I mean, it's your passive. You know, you can't expect them to.
It is your responsibility to remember.
Yeah. This is very interesting. I really want to see what happens with this mid-seasons here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Oh, look at this.
A little server.
A little server. When was the last time you saw that?
It's been a while.
And an advancement token on it.
Yep.
I think Roberto's flabbergasted. He's never seen a CI player make a server before.
Okay, so he's kind of talking about some concepts that may or may not be in his deck.
I've not seen a mirror morph yet.
Neither have I.
I've seen a mirror. He might just let him score this right now.
He might. What's the worst that card could be is the question. I think he wants him to take the score. Right?
I think so. I mean, we know that he has a psychographics and a mid-seasons.
Yep.
And just a ton of money. I think that's what he wants. Roberto right now just, I think, realizing I didn't need to give up my mimic.
Yep. He is now realizing that.
It's also your responsibility to remember what cards you have.
That's true.
He's gonna pull off a Katie. I think he's flabbergasted. I don't think Roberto knows what to do. He's gonna deja vu, probably the mimic. That's what I would get. There you go.
Yep. And the great thing about this...
He also did not need to blow the deja vu on the mimic. He also has a clone chip out.
That's true.
Could have done it mid-run.
He could have, yeah. Gotten him to res, whatnot.
I mean, with noise, you know that he's going to have a bunch of viruses. That deja vu is worth 2 viruses, but only 1 mimic.
I think the reason he likes the clone chip is because then he can parasite combo out later.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He could do that now.
He could if he had the data sucker tokens. He only has 1 token.
Now he knows he can get through the EG and he's going to.
It's $3 and he nets a data sucker token, so not too bad. Gets to see a card. He does score. Now here's the question. Is that playing into the hands of his opponent?
Clearly, I mean, we know at this point it probably is. So he's got the efficiency committee there.
We'd hope
4
so.
points.
We'd hope so.
I think we're going to see a mid-seasons right here. And we do.
But what does that do?
We will find out.
I think the most important thing for Tyler to do is to trash the Katie Jones.
That would be a very good play right now.
And you know what? Might as well do the Ice Carver too, I think, personally.
Ice Carver is doing work right now.
It is.
A lot of work. And not only that, it's doing work on the server that you know is your most vulnerable in cerebral imaging.
Yeah. Unless there's some combo here that we're not seeing, I think that taking care of making sure that Roberto can't recover from this is going to be a really important.
Because Roberto had to spend a lot of credits to get his Mimic back. It cost 2 for the Deja Vu, 3 for the Mimic. It cost him 4 to get into the server. That's a lot of credits spent to get in for the first time. You got to make sure you can't get in the second time.
So Roberto takes a fistful of tags.
Yes, he does. Let's see what he does next. He's got 1 click.
Yep.
Boom. Trashes Katie. That's a good call.
And his final click. Oh. The one thing about trashing Katie right now is you can't gain from her. He might as well wait to see if he uses her. Right?
Maybe.
Because if he uses... Yeah,
Oh,
I agree with that play. Because next
Yep.
turn, if he tries to use Katie, you just take her then.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get rid of all those tags.
Nope.
Smart play of Tyler.
Tyler is down to 14 credits, to be noted.
Yeah, that's true. Although he doesn't have a ton of cards in hand. I mean, obviously, we're seeing that he's not playing that super combo deck where he just needs 30 cards in his hand to find the 10 that you need.
Sure.
Roberto is like, let's see what it is. It's a rainbow.
He can break it.
Reading rainbow.
I like that Roberto's staying on point. He's choosing to continue.
He's going to take
the
a
plan.
look, see what's in the book. Oh, in APD contracts. Can't score it. Sorry, champ. That card.
Was that his first click?
I believe it was.
Because couldn't he just gain 2 and then run again?
He could. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, that puts him at 6, which is a lot.
Oh no, that was his second click.
Oh.
I see two of his click trackers off his ID. No, I see 3 of them. That was his third click.
This is his last click. Very interesting. You know what I would do here? I would put 3 on Katie. And the reason why is because it forces him to trash it.
Yep.
And then he can't score that.
Except he can score it.
Who can?
He has,
with the psychographics.
Yeah, he has a psychographic.
But that's only 3.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, maybe he just psychographic scores out anything he wants and then reclaims it with
the
other things. It's really not a bad idea.
He is probably looking for that Vitruvius, though. I mean, I feel like that's the big card in here, right?
Yeah, if he gets the Vitruvius with an overscore. For 3.
Yep.
And he's going to try to continue to do that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And we know he has a fistful of reclamation orders, so he can get that back. So you might as well just score out, because you know that that's vulnerable now.
Yep.
You might as well score it. I mean, he's got to have something else in his hand. It looks like he had at least a couple, as he just flipped through there. I think I saw a couple agendas.
The question is, does he have the money? I guess if every turn he goes, I play a restructure and then do it, you have the money.
Restructure, install psychographics.
Yep.
We see, what was that? Is that a mass install that I just saw go in the trash of Roberto?
Yeah, it is. I think it was all about the early control for Roberto. It looks like this is closing down for him. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I think right now Tyler
Seized control of the game.
I think he has a stranglehold on this. I mean, he's in a really big position. Even though he's down on points, he's kind of got Roberto where his deck wants him to be.
Yep. But we'll see. This game is not over.
He's got 9 cards, 13 credits.
you got to make the run on HQ, I think, and then just keep piling on HQ. Does he have a nerve agent? If he has a nerve agent, that would be huge. Because he could clone chip out the parasite to kill the
Absolutely.
quandary. And a 1 in 9 chance isn't terrible.
The one thing with the nerve agent, though, is he wouldn't be able to kill the quandary with the parasite and nerve agent right now.
Yeah, you'd have to get rid of the...
something.
Yeah. You have to get rid of a data sucker.
That is a fact.
But for quandary's sake, that's not too bad.
Yep.
He's definitely wishing he had a Grimoire.
Oh, yeah. Grimoire would be fantastic. Obviously, he has them in his deck somewhere, I'm sure.
For a million reasons. It would get nerve agents going. It would get the... it would give you more memory. He's certainly on a 3-turn clock, I think.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, though. It's still costing him a couple of credits, but he's not drawing any cards. So he's reducing the amount of agendas in his hand, but he's also just reducing the amount of cards in his hand. If he has a lot of agendas, it still could be troublesome.
I think Roberto's in a tough spot. I think a lot because of money. He can't mill out. It's hard to make a bunch of runs each turn with his money where it is.
Like I said,
he doesn't load up Katie again.
I would load up Katie because it's
force him,
and just to force him to spend $2 and a click.
I agree. That would have been. I think I would have done that too.
Man, there's so many agendas in his hand.
I know. He's definitely on a 3-turn clock.
He's still drawing. Very interesting.
It is. Yeah. I wonder what he's looking for. Just maybe some more money. He wants.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not on a 3-turn clock because he doesn't have the clicks to install a card this turn.
Yep.
He spent his archive memories on a restructure, a questionable play. Man, he is really going into the tank on this one. I just don't know if the amount of money he had when he did it will allow him to persist. Knowing that Roberto couldn't get rid of that many tags, I'm not sure that many tags was necessary.
Boom.
He kills it with the clone chip.
Yep. That's a big piece of ice to kill.
That is, yeah. It's expensive. It's big. It costs him $1 and
to get in,
and a token to get in.
He's a biotic.
It does allow him to see a card every turn. Whether that is locking him out, I'm not sure. Most likely not due to the green levels. A notable thing, I didn't see any blue levels in here, which is kind of interesting because I think that's a pretty popular card.
Have we not seen one?
I haven't seen one, if I'm not mistaken.
I really thought we saw one in there earlier. I could be wrong, though.
Interesting that he also, I think he missed the mill on the parasite.
Yep. Oh, no, he milled. I saw it.
But he played Data Sucker.
No, I actually think he missed. You're right. He missed,
the parasite mill. There you go. An overscored Vitruvius.
Yep.
That's going to be what he needed.
Boom.
Because next turn, he's just going to restructure 3 times. I would.
I think he scored it for 8, so he's going to put a fat
5.
stack. Yeah. I mean, that is all. That's what you needed in this deck.
Yeah, it's unlimited money. I mean, all of the project cards, just overscoring them is insane.
I mean, and not only is it money when you need it, it is also agenda points when you want them.
Yep, it is.
So now we're tied up. It's 4-4. Tyler has 11 credits. Roberto only has 1. He's gaining some money. He's going to run.
See a Bastion. That's not what he wanted to see. It's pretty sad to see a Bastion when you've spent all your money doing it.
Yep.
But he's got virus tokens.
He does.
I mean, at this point, there's literally nothing you can do. The Vitruvius actually locks him out of being able to score out of the yard, too, if he's not greedy.
Yep. He grabbed his psychographics, install, he's going to score another one.
There you go. Now he's going to play. He's going to play a couple of restructures and get the.
Yep.
Okay, he's explaining that he's taking all 3 off that.
Yep. Goes up to 4 clicks. He might just win right here. I believe he is. Yep, he's just going to win. score 2, and boom. There you go.
There you go.
That's how you do it.
That is one way to psychographics your way to victory with HB.
I mean, that's an interesting combo. I think that's something that most people have probably not played against or seen. So in a big tournament, that could be a nice little surprise.
I do believe that this is better than combo because it doesn't rely on a card, but worse than combo because I feel like there's a lot of hoping and praying.
That's true, but he also had the biotic laborers. I mean, he could score other things.
Think about like if you get a count siphon a couple times at the beginning of the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, sure, I guess you're tagged, which is good, but I didn't see closed accounts. I didn't see a lot of cards that would possibly make it, difficult to get in there. So
yeah, although he still had a big fat deck, so
he certainly did, and it obviously worked, and it was fantastic. So Great games all around, and thanks a lot for watching the first round of the 2014 regionals. And if you're still following us, we'll have some more.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.